Barcelona taking on Triple Trouble in a battle to try and stay alive for a chance at the top two. These guys, they want to be able to have their trip to land confirmed today, not have to play in the playoffs to make it to Worlds. And if you want to do that, you got to win right now and then have a few other things happen later on. This is the first step for both Barcelona and Triple Trouble.
And I think Jorby brought up a great point. Triple Trouble did play phenomenal last week. And yes, if Cassio has an awesome week challenging the ball, taking it away from Devo, who also had a fantastic week last week challenging the ball. Whoever wins that one.
Can't forget about Alpha, though. Scored 11 goals last week.
He's a beast.
Well, he had a standout week. We'll see if he can double it up here. We start with Triple Trouble in the blue, Barcelona in the orange. Best of 5. Both looking for 3 wins here. Salva puts into the corner, and the follow-up from his teammate. The shot gets blocked by Tadpole, and the follow-up from Bluey is good, and that's Barcelona with the first goal.
Product of poor clear. Alpha into the corner. Tadpole tasked with the save, and he's just coming in too hard out of the corner. That's the difficulty of trying to clear the ball as you're going across your net. Clearing a ball off the backboard with power is easy. You can let it bounce. Going across your net, the timing is what's important. If you're too late or too early, it'll be a poor clear just like it was, and Barcelona got a goal out of it.
Barcelona wins the kickoff, takes a shot. Now it's right back to midfield on the clear. Devo airborne, or Cassio rather, moving into the corner, and now Devo following this one along, looking to pass to a teammate. It'll be Bluey now in the air with another shot towards the goal. Roniki's got it away, but the rest of his team coming in. The pressure starting to build. Barcelona trying to get a second one here.
They might be able to do just that. They've kind of tied up Triple Trouble in the corner, and they leave Roniki alone in the net, but Bluey didn't have any passing options, so they just had to clear the ball away, but they missed the clear off the back wall. I say it's easy to clear them off the back wall. Well, it's not always.
It's a simple fundamental for professional players, but never an easy thing, especially as Tadpole had to get up onto the wall. He wasn't on the wall already. He had to jump up there across his goal. Could easily have gotten caught on the crossbar. So dodging the crossbar and connecting with the ball, thinking about too many things there, is now 2-0 Barcelona. It's Triple Trouble. Look to get their first offensive drive going.
And Barcelona have held early 2-goal leads a lot this season. They've converted most of them, as have most teams who've found themselves in this very advantageous role, because now they don't have to push anything. They've already got the insurance, you know. Whatever happens is going to be a product of Triple Trouble trying to force something.
Barcelona up on offense again. Alpha beating 1, now beating 2, putting it in by himself, making him look silly in the corner, and it's 3-0 for the Soccer Boys.
And Roniki can't follow up. Alpha gets a great bounce, and I believe he was also expecting the man challenging out of the net for Alpha to continue that push. But that one never came. Alpha let him go right on by, and it's a 3-goal lead.
Right now, Triple Trouble yet to find a goal. Roniki will save it out of his own net. Cassio looks to extend it. Carried along the wall. Devo, not much pressure. Pick this one up. Now Tadpole up in the air. He'll find it and put it into the corner. The ball has spent so much time in the blue. Crosses the line for just a moment. That shot from Bluey is just in. 4 goals now for Barcelona in game 1.
Double commit. Tadpole, and that was Cassio, guilty as charged. Just a nice tip from Bluey as well. That's a tough shot.
Yeah, not an easy shot at all, but they didn't give themselves any backup plan if he were to somehow miraculously hit it. And he did. Bluey puts in the 4th goal. Right now, Barcelona running away with game 1. We're not even to halftime. And they've already built a lead that's been beaten maybe 1 time in RLCS.
If ever.
Thinking of qualifier.
Yeah, it's
back
like
in season 2.
Maybe 1 time, you know. You're absolutely right. 4 goals, and game 1 is definitely, to me, out of reach. Even with 3 minutes on the clock. I mean, just the level of pressure that Triple Trouble have been able to establish, which is essentially 0. I mean, that does not bode well, because Barcelona has really set up the tent in the midfield. It's been capitalizing on some poor clears, but now Triple Trouble, they're starting to at least get the power on the ball and get some room to work with on defense, and maybe that'll be enough to at least get the offense going looking ahead to game 2.
Triple Trouble has half a game to kind of get their wits back about them. Most likely not going to be able to pull off a comeback here, but you can definitely start to swing momentum back in your favor. Get the ball out of your own half. Get some practice on offense against a team you've got to find a way to beat 3 times now. Blue over the top, one tap will dump it into Ronicky, and he finds the shot, a nice infield pass, and that's a good start for Triple Trouble.
Good start is absolutely right. It's a tough ball for Bluey to handle. It gets a weak clear, but the pressure from Triple Trouble is what matters. How about Ronicky coming in so quick from the midfield line saying, yo, we got nothing to lose. Just get the read, put it on target, see what happens.
2:08 left to go. 3-goal deficit. Tap will start on offense. It's been mostly Barcelona winning the kickoffs, which has helped keep them on offense. Triple Trouble doing a decent job here following this one. Alpha now out of the corner, pass to Cassio in midfield to pick it up, look to connect with his teammates. Ronicky up in the air, looking for the shot, gets onto the backboard, but it's taken away by Bluey before the double tap to come through.
And Tadpole was actually waiting on the back wall for that touch, but he left because if he stayed and tried to pass it, he wasn't going to have any options. And so he had to come off the back wall, and that left his teammate, who was going in that direction, no options himself.
Ronicky with a nice tap off to the side, but lost control. Not able to finish it off himself. His teammates come in to help, and Triple Trouble building more offensive control here, but Blue with a flick over one. Devo into the corner. Ronicky now trying to drive out. Alpha's got him beat onto the side again. For Barcelona, the name of the game is just dump the ball into the blue and let Triple Trouble try to pick it up.
Oh, absolutely. It is just long clear the ball, make sure we don't triple commit, and give them a minute to score 2 goals, because that has absolutely happened. And it will just be stay out of each other's way. We don't have to force anything. It's Triple Trouble who's got to make a big play, and they might have just done it, but Cassio is off the mark.
Tadpole and Cassio trying to connect, coming off of the opposite walls. Not going to be able to find the shot, though, as this one pinches out back in the midfield. It'd be Bluey out of his goal to send it to the side. Alpha extends it into the blue once more. 34 seconds left in Triple Trouble. We found a way back there. Alpha upside down right now. And we'll start driving again. Cassio off his wall, putting this high, maybe looking for Tadpole. Drops it back down to Cassio. They've got Devo beat Alpha on the wall. We'll try to challenge. Cassio gets this one towards the goal. Bluey will be able to get up in time, but is the follow-up pressure there? Won't happen with 10 seconds remaining. Barcelona chalk this one up for a win. Start to get set for game number 2.
Yeah, really just not enough boost in the tank. They'll get one at 2 seconds, and it's actually quite a banger of a shot from Cassio. 104 into the back corner. And just a beautiful pass from Tadpole, and there is no chance for either of the Barcelona defenders in the net to stop that one. So it did come around in the later half of the game, but honestly, the biggest giveaway that this one was done was, one, the 2-goal lead. The 2-goal lead in the first minute of the game sets you back so much, and it got compounded with Alpha's great catch in the corner that he just let the defender go right by him. And it made it a 3-goal lead in under a minute and a half.
Barcelona definitely ran away with that one quite quickly. They're able to put up 9 shots there. Find 4 goals. That's a good start for them as they're looking to find the sweep of Triple Trouble. Keep their their top 2 spots hopes alive. Was a terrible sentence, but it's okay. We'll live with it. Move on to Utopia.
And you were talking about kickoffs, Wave, and Barcelona having a lot of success with them. But as that game wore on, Triple Trouble scored that one. They started to get some more pressure back in the offense, and I'm curious to see if Barcelona is going to have the same success in terms of the kickoff game.
You always wonder, though, like when you've built a 4-goal lead, is the goals that start to happen for Triple Trouble, is it Barcelona just kind of being lax, like we've got a 4-goal lead where, even if we let in 2, well, that's when we'll like really become serious again, and at that point they'll have 4 seconds left and it doesn't matter, But I would say for Barcelona, they need to play strong because, again, you want to keep that momentum swung on your side. Right now, Triple Trouble could probably come back into this and feel pretty confident that they were able to shut you out for the second half of the game, score 2 goals themselves. Momentum's about even again, so we'll see how they adjust.
I'm definitely with you on that. I think Triple Trouble played a pretty solid one. I think the 2 goals that they scored were really good, especially that last one. Like that was a great pass. Barcelona was, in position in the defense, but it's quite a statement, I think, for Barcelona to come out here and be like, yo, here's for top 2, and you kind of crush them game 1.
Yeah, for sure. And we are waiting for some players to reconnect to the lobby, so we will get that taken care of before we get started for game number 2. And any sort of large adjustments you want to see made on the Triple Trouble side as they move into game 2 here?
I mean, the most important thing for me was the surprising amount of space that both teams had to give. Triple Trouble couldn't take advantage of any of it. And that's because Barcelona was able to command those midfield boosts in the midfield. That's why they were able to set up the tent in that first half, really just keep the rotation going in the midfield, circle around and around, keep the good challenges coming. So I want to see Triple Trouble, because the way you break out of that, if one team's controlling the mid boost, they steal your corner or something like that, you got to be willing to take a risk on defense. One person is going to have to leave, go somewhere else on the pitch that's way out of the play. You have to take yourself out of any position to help your teammates, and someone needs to be able to make that stop on defense, get a solid touch, because Triple Trouble were not able to find really good clears early on in the game and let Barcelona go.
No, they did. It was a good game there for Barcelona, and also a good game earlier today from Vitality. It was one way for players to reconnect, take a real look again at what happened in that match as they were able to find some pretty spectacular stuff. Fairy Peak in particular having a great day.
Fairy Peak definitely had a monster game against Mouse, but again, just like yesterday, with Rogue versus NRG, the deck stacked against you if you're Mouse, just like it was for Rogue. And Mouse put up a pretty good fight, I would actually say. It was just so much individual playmaking effort. It was 100%. Let's make the highlight reel for Vitality all week 5, because that was it. K-Dop, that was a... I don't think I've ever seen him do a flip reset.
I think he definitely demonstrates his ability to do it, which has been the thing about this Vitality team. There is so many... The fact that we're like, oh, we've never seen K-Dop hit a flip reset just tells you how many tools are in their bag that they're not even using, This is a team that has built a name on solid passing plays, but also being able to rely on individual effort. These are 3 of the best 1v1 players in the world.
K-Dop scored his 300th goal as well in that series versus Mouse. So good for him. Huge milestone. He joins a couple of other people.
I loved that pinch.
That was a good one.
That was some solid stuff. Here are the standings right now as they stand after 2 matches completed here in week number 5 for Europe. You can see Vitality there securing the number 1 spot. And Triple Trouble Barcelona, the match we got going right now, they're at 3 and 4. PSG and TSM also hoping to get into that number 2 spot. Right now, Triple Trouble and PSG is where it's looking good. We'll see if Barcelona can sneak their way in there with a win here. That would really help them. It would cement 3 teams at 4 and 2.
Yeah, and it would also be a tough one as well, because it puts a lot of pressure on PSG to make sure they come up with that win later on in their series, because when all of Europe 2 through 4 is 4 and 3, it's like, okay, well, good job everybody at the top. Well done, Vitality, for doing your bit, and you just let them all battle amongst themselves.
It's crazy because it has been like the 3-way tie in the top in North America with the big 3, right? And here in Europe, it's been just Vitality by themselves, and then everybody else battling for anything else. But folks, while we wait for these players to get in, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the continuation of our match of Barcelona versus Triple Trouble. Upset TSM, which makes things pretty spicy later on in the day. Right now, you can see their match 3. We have completed game 1 of our match 3, and we have at least 2 more to go, and I think we are ready to get into map number 2, moving on to Utopia.
Yes, and Triple Trouble struggling with the clear strength in game number 1 early on, offset with an early 3-goal lead, and they brought it back in the later half, put in a couple, but too much to overcome early on, and Barcelona looking to pick up right where they left off.
We'll see what they're able to do here. See if Triple Trouble can bounce back, make things difficult. Boys in orange here. Bluey up, sends it to the corner. Now falling out, doesn't really find much of a touch, but gets the demolition on Aroniki, but Devo's contact does go to Tadpole out up to Cassio. That's Triple Trouble, who struggled to find any sort of offensive pressure in the first half of game 1. Start off with ball control here. So far, they've done a good job keeping it out of their half.
And they're just waiting on Alpha to just hand him the ball in the midfield. And they've got a great transition going, but Devo ready on the back wall and waiting.
Lost on the back wall, a double threat moves up the field, and Cassio's touch is countered by Bluey. Now looking for a pass in the midfield. Devo will be able to pick it up after Bluey is demolished. And then Cassio now into the corner. Alpha puts this over to the side. So Triple Trouble looking to transition. Bluey shuts down 1, but Roniki's there, and he'll carry it over the top of 2. Now back towards Devo. Gets it away. Cassio looking for the shot in, but it's a soft touch and wide.
Tadpole was headhunting on that push as well. If Devo didn't dodge that demo, it was going to be Triple Trouble on the board first.
Alpha now down the field. Cassio puts this one high, but it's kind of a rough bounce. Devo tried to find the shot. Doesn't happen this time. Bluey with the turn, pops this high and follows it himself. No one really challenging him yet. Roniki now in the air, and we'll get it to the corner as Alpha moves in. See if he can set up his teammates here. Sets it up. Here comes Devo. Roniki's got it away.
And this whole sequence by Barcelona on offense right now is set up because Triple Trouble missed a pinch clear back on their own sidewall. And this is the first opportunity to break out, and here they go.
Okay, so the defense wide on rotation. Tadpole's able to pinch it around the post to get it in. Triple Trouble's on the board first.
Yeah, they missed the challenge. Alpha gives up the space and just nobody back home fast enough to stop it. Surprising. Barcelona just didn't feel like they needed to challenge the ball. They got a surprise shot forced in around the goalpost.
Triple Trouble, they find a lead. This point in game number 1, we already had a 3-0 lead for Barcelona as they now look to even it up quickly. Alpha can't find the shot, and Devo comes in looking for it. Cassio will get it away off the back wall. Now Alpha up. He'll follow it himself, but Tadpole's there to challenge him. Now Bluey looking for an opportunity. Backs off, just doesn't think he has any chance. Leaves it in the midfield. Now Tadpole advancing off the wall towards the goal.
It was surprising to see him just drive away like that because Devo challenged from even farther away with a much more difficult approach on the ball. And I consider Barcelona quite fortunate that it paid off in the way it did, but even still on defense as they have to get by Ronicky in the midfield line. It's a nice catch from Bluey to get it past it.
Bluey past 2 now. Cassio's able to recover on the wall, gets it out to Tadpole. Nice infield pass, and it's good. 2-0 now for Triple Trouble.
Great cross for Triple Trouble. They steal the ball away from Bluey as he comes off the sidewall. The follow-up from Devo, in the midfield is too slow. And just Tadpole puts it right back into the middle of the field. They kind of catch Barcelona tied up with 2 in the same spot. And it's a 1v2, and he just can't stop the great cross.
Cassio tries to win kickoff, but Bluey in the corner will push it into the blue. Barcelona scored 4 goals in game number 1, yet to find one here in game number 2 after the technical pause. Tadpole's able to follow this one, cross half field. Over to the side, Bluey picks it up now. Over the air, carry himself towards the goal. Roniki's there to challenge, keeps it on the ground, and a nice leave by Devo. Alpha looks for the shot, but it's a bit wide. Gets one demolition on his retreat. Devo dumps it back into the back third.
Shot accuracy a problem for Barcelona here in game number 2. Small windows, but it's windows that they've been able to get through before, and they might have caught Alpha too far forward. They win the challenge, and he just makes it back in time to tip it to safety.
Alpha got it away, but they're not quite out of the woods. Devo needs to hold on to this, and he gets it past the front line offense, but Roniki's there. Now they'll put it back into the orange. Advance back up on offense once more. Ronicky beating Devo and putting it in himself. A nice play. Ronicky gets Triple Trouble up by 3.
There's definitely pressure as well coming out from Tadpole in the midfield line on Bluey, and Devo just can't get that ball through. Too much advantage for Ronicky on that challenge angle. Had a lot of speed and a much better approach on that challenge, and there was no stopping it once it got through him.
So far, Barcelona yet to find a response here in game 2.
And Triple Trouble, they haven't even really needed to work on the better clears. They've just won the challenge game outright.
Devo, it's off the wall and down the field, but it's straight into the arms of Cassio. Bluey now airborne. At the top of 1, Tadpole will play it into the orange. Barcelona is waiting. A demolition will open up some space, but the shot is wide despite 2 people dead. A momentary 1v3. Bluey looks for the bump on Tadpole, and it's not there. The shot accuracy you were talking about comes back to haunt him again. That's
a big one as well, because it would have gave him about a minute to find 2. Tough but doable. And now you feel like there's no shot as Triple Trouble are just going to waste time here on the blue half. And Tadpole, he just won 3, make it 4 straight challenges. They finally have to give away the ball, but so much time wasted.
Devo and Bluey both airborne for this as Cassio was loosely pressuring in front of the box. Devo now up to Bluey. Nice deflection, but again wide, and Bluey demolished as he tried to move in on offense. Alpha with 1 beat, loses the second challenge. Roniki's got it to the corner. Devo's got him beat, but now up against Tadpole, he loses this one. Constant back and forth exchanging of contact. Finally, Alpha finds a dunk over top, but it might be a little too late with only 12 seconds left.
Definitely for me. Bluey goes right through one, and Cassio just misreads the clear a little bit, expecting it to bounce a little more shallow and come towards the goal a little bit more, but it kicked a little harder than he was expecting.
It's all about this kickoff here. Goes to the side. Tadpole's got 2 beat, and it goes into the corner. That'll burn so much time, and Barcelona can kiss their chances of winning game 2 goodbye. Triple Trouble find a way to even it up. We'll go into game 3 tied at 1 apiece.
Well, very well done for Triple Trouble. I mean, still, the clears were a lot better, but I definitely think the biggest thing was the shot accuracy for Barcelona. You can see 8 shots, 1 goal. That's, I don't do good math that quick, but not a lot to a lot.
Barcelona, yeah, they could not find it there. We can take another look at Triple Trouble's first goal. As it was Cassio on the wall with Tadpole in the midfield. But it didn't even really matter. You see Bluey there on the side trying to rotate in. They just were not present on the defense to block this.
Well, it was that very interesting one. They had one challenge. Alpha, fair enough. You don't feel like you had the space to go for it, and you had to race back, but that just means you were too far forward. There was no contingency if your teammate didn't win that challenge in the midfield. You weren't able to make the adjustment and get back. So I believe I said it wasn't necessarily Barcelona feeling like they had to challenge the ball. It's that they were too aggressive, and then they couldn't.
And it's not to take anything away from Tadpole. That is not,
not at all.
Easy shot.
It was a great capitalization.
Like, it's one of those shots where if you are too close to the ball, you just pinch it and it goes flying across the net. You have to stay just far enough for the ball to bounce and come back to you and be able to kind of sneak it around the post there. So a good job by Tadpole to put that one away. They score 3. He scored 2 of their goals in that game. And now as we move into game number 3, it's all evened up. And I want to see Barcelona come alive now. After that pause, things have not looked the same. They've got to find a way to get back to that game 1 mojo.
They haven't really had that phenomenal individual performance that they all had last week either. We saw all 3 of Barcelona last week each have, at one point or another in their series, a brilliant individual effort that just got the engine turned over, and they were on fire after it happened in each of those games.
Devo tries to put it past one. Alpha with a nice challenge to loosen it up off Tadpole, and then the dunk. Put it back into the corner, but Cassio with no pressure is able to get it back up to Ronicky, who beats Alpha. Now Devo. Nice challenge down the field, back into the blue corner. Tadpole tries to use the wall, but it's read by Alpha. Cassio, strong hit at midfield. Devo's got the counter. Now Cassio, maybe looking for Tadpole. He's going to find Bluey instead, though, and it's back to midfield. Ronicky off the wall to Tadpole, onto the backboard. Cassio lurked in the back, maybe looking for an opportunity as Alpha's got him beat. Here comes Cassio with the shot, and Bluey comes in from the side.
There's great support from Barcelona, from Bluey, as he was understanding that Alpha probably wasn't going to be able to get as much power on that clear. He was ready in the net. But Triple Trouble, actually, they might have just caught Bluey going for an aggressive bump, and thankfully, Devo was first one to the ball and just kicked it into the corner to buy time.
As Tadpole out of his corner, lofts it nice and high. Devo will pick up the boost as Bluey moves in to pick up the ball. Ronicky wins the challenge, now back in front of the box. A dangerous touch, but Devo's got it away, and all the rest of Triple Trouble far back. Will be Devo with a nice loft at midfield with 3:30 left to go. A minute and a half into the game, nobody finding the goal. It's been a nice back and forth affair. Bluey's up to one and out looking for the setup, but Tadpole's got it away. Now Devo uncontested on towards the backboard. Alpha looks for the touch. Now Bluey winning and one into the corner, but not much of a setup, and Cassio's able to beat Devo, and it's all up to Alpha. Ronicky's set up off the backboard is a little bit soft, and Tadpole will send it to the corner. No real challenges from Barcelona in the corners. They're not pressuring too deep in enemy territory at the moment. Every time it seems like it ends up in the corners, it's Triple Trouble alone to try and rotate it back out.
Oh, and actually, Devo trying to get a dribble started. Nice help from Tadpole there. Close behind, but a nice demo. And it's a loose ball in the midfield, and it'll be Triple Trouble to collect.
Important to break up the pressure. Alpha was looking mighty alone in that back third. Facing down the barrel of 3 Triple Trouble players. As Devo gets this one away, now Bluey extending upwards. Cassio towards the back wall. Alpha's able to get it away, but it's coming back down in front of the box. Devo's able to get it this one off and back into the blue corner. Break up the drive, and now looking for the read. Didn't find it. Alpha demolished in the midfield. It's all up to Bluey in a 1v2. Ronicky looks for the pass across the Tadpole. Finds the shot, but Bluey's got the save. It's off to the side, and will stay scoreless with 2:17 to go.
That was Barcelona trying to make something big happen. Devo missing the touch only compounded the fact that Triple Trouble took away the option in the midfield. So even if Devo did get that, it was going to be a scary transition for Triple Trouble, and well done on Barcelona for handling it.
Looking for the pinch in the midfield. Alpha and Bluey get it a bit high. But they get the demolition onto Ronicky, which a momentary power play might be able to create some offensive opportunities. Cassio has other ideas, all by himself on the wall. Ronicky tries to block the defense, sets it up for Tadpole, takes the shot, and Alpha's got it away. The shot was straight onto the goal line. Alpha now by himself through the air. Ronicky was able to challenge.
What
Devo
a
dumps
bump.
it back in, a miss and a bump.
Oh
It'll
my
open it
goodness.
up. Devo puts it in, and that's Barcelona on the board.
Oh, it came out of nowhere, too. Alpha, he just straight lost the air dribble, fell into the net, came right back out, and Casio was not prepared for that one, and apparently neither was the rest of Triple Trouble. They turned around, they were ready to push upfield with this boomer of a clear, and that never happened.
The ball just bounces in. Barcelona will take it. Create the openings themselves. It's like Speed said, doesn't matter how flashy the goal is, all the goals are worth 1 point each. Tadpole onto the backboard. Bluey has the response to the side. Alpha now out. Pass across, Casio looking for the pass, shot, and it's blocked, sent a little bit wide anyways. 1 minute remaining here in game number 3. Both teams having found a win so far, and this one's been the closest of the 3 games. Barcelona has the edge. They can just keep it away from Triple Trouble. We're doing just fine.
And Bluey, he gave up that ball. That was sort of a pass into the midfield, but as soon as he saw it was over his head, he just immediately turned to just try and push Triple Trouble off the ball. And he accomplished that with a great bump.
Alpha airborne, it'll be Tadpole to the side. 30 seconds remaining. Bluey's got him beat, shot is on target, and Casio's got the save. Blue looking to keep some pressure on and open up space for Devo to take another shot. Alpha in as well, sends it on target, and it's off the post and out. Tadpole to pick it up onto the wall. 17 seconds remaining as Devo keeps it high. More lofty the ball is, the more time it burns off the clock. Here comes Casio now, looking out for Tadpole. Bluey's up to challenge, and Tadpole's got the read on him. Couldn't find the second touch. Casio's in, looking for it as well, but it's not going to be there. Now out, and here comes one last shot with final seconds remaining. Into the ground, Barcelona found the save, and they'll take game number 3, now 1 away.
And both teams had some solid offensive opportunities, great defense on both sides, a fairly equal distribution of shots and saves for everybody, but the difference maker, you said it, Wavepunk, create your own doors, and Barcelona did that. Alpha with a fantastic bump play to get them their 1 goal in game 3, and here it is.
Look at that.
Goodbye, Casio. We'll see you later. Ronicky and Tadpole, despair.
There was essentially nothing they could do at that point. You saw Ronicky trying to get in, but even if he had made it behind the ball there, I mean, what's he going to do? He doesn't have a flip left to possibly deflect this away. It's impressive that he got as far behind the ball there as he did,
As he
given
did.
how small the window was, but still not going to be good enough to keep it out. And when you have a game that's as kind of stale-matey as that game was, with both teams going back and forth, both teams finding wins, and especially the way Barcelona was just not willing to challenge in the corners, it felt like they were like, let's stay out. That's where you make mistakes. That's where we get caught out. That's where those open rotations that lost us that first goal in game number 2 happen. Let's just let them play in the corners. When that sort of thing happens, you have to find something else other than pass plays to score. You've got to be able to do the massive solo plays or get the bumps like we saw them score with.
And there were a couple of times they went for it, and I do believe, after you said that, I watched how many times they did it. It was one time, and they lost it.
Yeah.
And then they were like, okay, you're right, never mind.
So moving into game number 4 under Neo Tokyo. Haven't had a game 5 yet today.
And how about it?
Triple Trouble could send us there.
Got both teams out of the Rivals series in a head-to-head matchup to hold advantage for a spot in the top 2. I don't think that's ever happened. Both teams that promoted.
Now, we've only had 2 teams make it to the playoffs after being promoted in the history of the Rival Series. At this point, these teams aren't just battling for playoffs, they're battling for possibility of going straight to Worlds, something no team that has ever been promoted has done. All the way down, Bluey will get it off to the side. Devo now looking to extend it out to his teammate. They'll keep this one near the ceiling. Ronicky off the wall, gets it away and reverses the direction of rotation. Everybody from Barcelona having to adjust.
Oh, and they'll steal the boost. They might not like to challenge in the corner, but they will absolutely make it as hard for you to come out and find resources as possible. A lot of side-to-side, long clears. I would not be surprised to see a repeat of Game 3.
They looked for the pinch on the ground. They saw Bricks score that way earlier, Vitality rather, score that way earlier on this very map. Doesn't quite work out the same. The bump comes through, though, and the shot's there from Devo. He just falls upon him, and that's Barcelona with the lead.
And Devo was just patient. He was waiting to see what happened here in the corner. Has to respect the clear from Tadpole and Alpha. Kind of the same thing. Just throws the ball into the corner. He doesn't necessarily win the challenge, but he just says, all right, we'll get the next guy, and then nobody can stop it.
Barcelona with everything they need to win. Can they hold on? As Alpha keeps his one high. A little early in the game to start burning time. Definitely need to keep the offensive pressure up as Tadpole now looking to carry this one out by himself. Midfield gets it past one. Bluey's got him red over to the side, but it'll be challenged by Cassio. Goes for it quickly before Cassio can really get a read at all. Now the ball back in front of the box. Devo looking for a shot, puts it high, and Tadpole will look to block. He gets the block on the follow-up, and here comes Alpha. More pressure from Barcelona, but that one should do it. As Cassio is able to beat it in midfield, and now Bluey has to punt.
Oh, but he won the challenge. Oh. Crossbar down and out. Alpha's actually got a follow-through. Does he pass? Yes. Back wall, and Ronicky sniffs it out.
Breaks it up now. Bluey alone in the back. Get it out to Devo. Looks for the pass back himself. Finds it on the retreat. Cassio's able to intercept. 2:59 left to go. Triple trouble. No goals in game number 3. Can they find one here in game 4? Ronicky looks for it. Tadpole looks for the block, but it doesn't matter. Alpha's up and gets it away. And now the transition. Barcelona looking. Onto the back wall. Bluey's out of boost, though. It comes down in front of the box. The shots are wide as the retreating defense just got enough in the way to get it out. And now the attack back down the other side of the field. Tadpole looks at Devo, saves it. End-to-end play for both teams.
Twice in a row, Barcelona has tried to force something on offense, and it's left them in a... The first time around, it was a 2-on-1 that they made a tough stop on. The second time around, the 1v1. And Barcelona taking some risks. And Triple Trouble just not able to capitalize.
Alpha tried to bait out the defenders, but it doesn't work, and now Triple Trouble. Ball in the orange corner. One moment, literally 1 second later, it's in their own corner. These things move so quickly here. Tadpole now looking for Ronicky. He looks for Cassio in the midfield, plays a little bit behind his teammate, but he's able to keep it into the corner and keep the pressure on. Now back in front of the box. Did anybody come up for the shot? Ronicky looked for it, but couldn't find it. Now Devo with control, taken away by Tadpole. Bluey to send it along. Devo, the top of one. Now Tadpole back into the midfield. Cassio adjusts.
And that touch from Tadpole, slightly off the mark, it allowed Barcelona to get in position and be ready for the next touch coming from Triple Trouble, and it's kind of set this whole push from Barcelona off.
And 28 left. Time really starting to tick here for Triple Trouble. They need to find a goal to get back into this. Cassio on the retreat. We'll send it to the corner, but Bluey looks to extend it and even get it out to a teammate. Sets it up for Alpha, but the defense is there. Now Devo having to retreat as that ball screamed into his corner. Looks for the drift set up. Nice way to get it out to Bluey, but that's very neutral. Bluey alone here. Alpha has to find a way to get this one back into the corner, and he does. Bluey will help him out. Tadpole keeps the pressure on, though. Triple Trouble looking for that equalizer they need so desperately. Lose this one. The game's over. The match is done. Cassio over towards Ronicky. You want to keep their hopes of top 2 alive. There was the shot Tadpole needed, but Bluey got in the way. Gets the midfield boost with 44 seconds remaining. He's happy just to stall it. A nice play to get past the front line. Lost control, though. Ronicky now towards the corner. Alpha puts it high. Here comes Tadpole looking for the shot. Can't find it as Devo's on the wall. Gets it away from Cassio as well. Ronicky now putting it back onto the backboard. He tries to look for a shot, doesn't find it. Tadpole up to get one more, but the defense double commit opening here for Cassio. Drops it in. Bluey falls from the heavens and makes the save. And now Alpha back out. 18 seconds left. Triple Trouble's best efforts have come up with nothing as they keep the pressure on. Will the cracks of the armors ever happen? Here's Cassio. No, they get it away again. The defense holds. Barcelona trying to get to the top 2. Here on Neo Tokyo, Ronicky and Cassio have to get it back into the midfield. Ronicky with one last attempt. Tadpole circling in front of the box. Bluey will get it away and carry it over the top of 2. Cassio, can he dribble it all by himself? He gets it to the corner, and it's back in front. Another nice bounce. Ronicky with boost sends the shot, and Devo deflects. Sends
it's still up.
Cassio keeps it alive.
But they can't. There's no way.
They have to be out of boost now. Barcelona finally gets the win there, and Devo, the world record holder for most saves in a game, gets him out of another one.
Man, Barcelona, you definitely had to work for it all the way, and you can see the save count right there. All found in the last, I don't know, minute, it feels like.
It's crazy as that's 11 saves there. Devo's record is 12.
It was Triple Trouble, you know, throw everything in the kitchen sink at it. But again, one physical bump play to open the door, and that's all Barcelona needs. So Triple Trouble will not be able to make a run for top 2. Barcelona, they might just do it.
I want to know what the record is. I wonder if some statistician we have can find me the record for what the longest amount of time the ball has stayed in the air after the clock hits 0, because that was
It was a
pretty
long
close.
time.
That was a really long one there. Triple Trouble giving it their all, but Barcelona's defense holds, and their hopes of top 2 stay alive. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we've got TSM taking the pitch again. Can they finally find a win? This time they've got to do it against Dignitas, who really need to find these wins. We'll find out what happens after the break.